Hi everyone, my name is Bittboy and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to review the Bittboy. So this Bittboy is out for some time now, but because there are so many handhelds out there and because at this point this is one of the cheapest on the market, I want to show you if it can meet your personal demands and if it's still worth picking one up. So if you value this video or would like to see more, consider subscribing and hit that bell button and become part of the family. One more tip. Make sure to watch until the end of the video to make the right decision. Let's start with the aesthetic. It looks almost identical to the original Game Boy, which you can see here on top. On the front, it has a regular D-pad, a start and select button, 4 regular buttons, a menu button in the middle. It has a 2.4-inch screen with a power on light next to it. On top, it has a micro SD card slot, a power on-off button. On the bottom, it has a mono speaker, a 3.5mm jack port, and a charging port. And on the back, it has a rechargeable battery, which you can replace if needed. And to close it off, when you purchase this Bittboy, you also get a free USB charging cable. Looking at the specs, the color is the original Game Boy style. The materials used is ABS. The size of the screen is 2.6 by 3.8 by 0.5 inch. The screen is a 2.4-inch IPS display made out of tempered glass. The standard language is in English but can be changed. It supports a lot of games from the original Nintendo up to the Neo Geo. And the battery is a 700 mAh lithium battery. But how well does it perform? The operating system is nothing special, but it runs pretty good. There are some small tweaking options in the main menu, and there are more options when you are in game and press the menu button, like a save or load state. Before advancing, as you can see, the Bittboy comes with a lot of pre-installed games, and you can also add more games or mod it through the micro SD card slot, which is pretty neat. Now let's look at the performance of some games. Here is Donkey Kong Country from the Super Nintendo. Let's just check out the loading times first. The loading times seem good and the sound is also fine. The buttons also feel very good. You can easily play this game on the Bittboy without any issues. So if you want to play games like these, you have a perfect match. Here's Cadillacs and Dinosaurs from the MAME emulator. The buttons are responsive, but the sound is crackling or dropping a bit. Besides that, the game is very well playable. Looking at Mortal Kombat 2 from the MAME emulator. So the thing that I notice here is that the sound volume is very low. I really like this game, but as you know, you need to have this run perfectly. And as you can see here, it's running a bit slow, so you can't run it properly on this Bittboy. Just keep this in mind before buying the Bittboy. But games like Mario Bros on the Nintendo run perfectly. Just have a quick look at it. Overall, the games run well, the buttons itself feel surprisingly good and were responsive as they should. There were some small frame rate issues and some sound crackling or drops, but still, for this price point, it runs pretty good. The thing I like about the Bittboy is that they made it small enough to fit in your pocket, but it still feels comfortable enough in your hands. The downside of the small form factor is that the button placement feels a bit off, and the buttons are placed too close together. But this is a personal preference, and I do understand that there is not a lot of space left for the buttons. I do like the menu button because besides giving you a shortcut to the menu, it also gives you the option to suspend the Bittboy, which gives you the ability to save the battery and play quicker after a short gaming break. Looking at the mono speaker, I'd rather have stereo speakers, but again, the small size of the Bittboy is the friend and enemy here. The sound volume is pretty low as you hear it in the video at the performance test, and there is no option to change it on the hardware or software, which is a big missing feature. But if you plug in a headset on the 3.5mm jack port and your headset has a volume control option, you're able to tackle this issue a bit. So here is a small summary of my personal pros and cons. The pros, it's easy to take away when you're on a trip. I also like the nostalgic form factor, which reminds me of the original Game Boy. I like the display quality, which is nice and vibrant. The price is also something really great. For only $35 you get a great handheld, so the pricing is really good. I like the option to mod or put more games on it due to the micro SD card. The option to replace the battery once it's depleted and you need a new one. The buttons are responsive and there are a lot of pre-installed games on it. There are also a few cons. For example, you can't play newer games like the Nintendo 64, but that's just with the original software on it. I haven't tested yet when you mod it. There are some frame rate issues here and there, and some sound crackling or drops. The button placement feels a bit off. It only has one mono speaker, and there is no option to change the sound volume. Overall, this is a nice looking handheld, especially at this price point, and it is easy to take with you on a trip. If you want some extra power to play heavier games, there are better handhelds out there, but with a higher price tag. I hope you have enough information to make the right decision, but if you want to see more handhelds, you can try this video up here. A small note, soon I will be making some comparison videos of several handhelds, including this Bittboy, so don't forget to subscribe for free and hit that bell button if you want to join the family and don't want to miss a single video. So let's close this off with the question of the day. What is the most important thing you want in a handheld? Is it the form factor, the performance, or something else? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.